Set up.
Do you love Roadrunner sports? Well, then you're in the right place as we bring you the 30-minute magazine show that features Metro State sports and highlights from the past month. I'm Myles Potter, and the man who's going to lead our summer softball team to glory in our first ever victory, Davy Burke.
That's right, my power, but also your speed. I've seen you. If you read that teleprompter as fast as you run, we're thunder and lightning together,
I
Myles.
agree, Davy.
It's going to be a wonderful season for us. But we're here to talk about some successful sports, which includes our incredible softball team here at Metro, who has their sights set on winning the regular season title. Our baseball team's been red hot, playing in the final month of the season at their new field. And also the National Player of the Year, Mitch McCarron, joins us for an exclusive 2-on-1 interview.
That's right, Davy. We will chat with the All American, but despite the man advantage, I don't think me and you could take him.
I don't think so. That dude's pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's a baller.
He is. Before we get to all that, let's catch you up on all the Roadrunner news. The Kiowa, Colorado native was named RMAC Academic Athlete of the Year for indoor track and field. She sported an impressive 4.0 GPA in human development. Brianna is the first female track athlete to earn the award here at Metro State. Great job, Brianna. She will look to bring home some hardware in the RMAC Track and Field Championship in Pueblo next month.
More awards were handed out last month and went to two of our hardest working athletes in Nicholas Kay and Mitch McCarron. McCarron and Kay, who both led the RMAC in minutes played last year, were given All American honors from D2 Bulletin. McCarron was named to the second team after averaging 20 points per game, 6 rebounds, and close to 5 assists per contest. Kay earned honorable mention after averaging 20 points with pulling down close to 8 rebounds per game. Both led the Roadrunners to their third straight RMAC regular season championship.
Congratulations to all the athletes who were given the awards during the past month of April. Davey, how about the Aussie connection? We got to witness them all season long. It was incredible to watch on their hardwood.
Yeah, Brandon Jefferson left, but then those two guys stepped up, and it was Air Australia all year long. It was great to watch them.
Absolutely. From the hardwood now to the diamond, our boys this summer are having their best season since 2011. And head coach Jared Otis has the team playing some incredible baseball.
That's right, Myles. Daryl Baca is having another all-conference season. Trent Maloney is becoming a household name, and the pitching staff is sporting the third best ERA in all the RMAC. After taking 3 games at Regis, the Roadrunners hosted the next 4 series at the Regency Athletic Complex, where they've lost just 1 game all year.
Metro State started off the month against always tough New Mexico Highlands, and Game 1 turned into a pitching duel. Phil Trujillo was mowing down Roadrunners, striking out 10 in 8 innings. On the other side, senior left-hander Chris Locke was just as effective, fanning 7 Cowboys. However, neither pitcher would figure into decision. It was 1-1 heading into the 9th. 2 outs on the board, and Andrew Ritterman flies out to left field. Mitch Gibbons can't grab it, and Cowboys go up 2-1. Bottom of the 9th, Metro needs 1 run, and they get it from Trent Maloney, who doubles in Jeff Levitt, and we're heading into extras. Bottom of the 11th, Hunter Donaldson sends it to Jesse Caparel, who makes the bad throw to first. Here comes Levitt. He slides past the tag, and the home team steals it 3-2.
The following day, the bats came alive for both squads. Caparel pops up to left field, but a collision allows the ball to drop, and 3 runs come around to score, to put the Cowboys up 4-0 after 1. The Roadrunners answer right back. Gibbons takes Alex Gutierrez deep for his second long ball of the season, and the very next batter is Maloney, who also goes long for back-to-back jacks to get Metro State right back in it. Maloney wasn't done there. He sends the routine grounder to Nick Gonzalez and sneaks it under the glove, which brings home Gibbons. We are tied at 4. Have we mentioned how good Maloney is? Here he is with the barehanded throw to get the runner at first. Dude is special. Alex Walker at the plate. He singles to left field. That brings home 2, and the Runners take the game 9-4 and sweep the series from the Cowboys.
The Grizzlies from Adams State came into town hoping to secure a playoff spot on their own. This would be a wild one in downtown Denver. Maloney shoots the double to right field. That brings home Levitt, and the home team's up 5-0 after 2. But the Grizzlies would crawl their way back. They would blast back-to-back round trippers in the 4th to cut the lead to within 1. Into the final inning, Metro up by 1. Dylan Bollock grounds out to second, but that brings home the run to tie the game. But guess who comes to the plate in the bottom of the ninth? It's Maloney, and on the first pitch he sees, he sends it into orbit, gives Metro yet another walk-off win on the season.
All right, you guys, no matter what the situation is, this team always shows tremendous fight.
It's unbelievable, we come down and like that last inning, come in, Ryan Baca, he does his job, they get the run across, tie it up, and it's just somebody doesn't get the job done, we're going to pick each other up. That's what happens. We're not going to let somebody just pout about it. We're going to come up to each other and say, hey, go get it. Let's get the job done.
To end the month of April, the number 2 team in all the land came to the Mile High City as Colorado Mesa looked to upend the Roadrunners. But Metro State strikes first. Gibbons doubles all the way to the wall, bringing in Levitt with a quick 1-0 lead. The Mavs respond in the second. Mitch Robinson singles past Nick Camito, driving in a run to knot the game at 1. Metro counterpunches with 3 runs in the bottom of the second. Thurston, Levitt, and Gibbons all come through with RBIs to take a 4-1 advantage. Mesa battles back. Kevin Elcock singles to Thurston. Thurston comes home, but not in time, and we are tied heading into the bottom of the final inning. The Mavericks decide to pitch to Joe Baca, and big mistake, the senior connects for the long ball and the dramatic 5-4 walk-off win. The third spot would likely keep the Roadrunners out of Colorado Mesa's path until the championship round, so it's vital for Coach Otis and his squad to maintain that spot. Because, Miles, we saw that Mesa squad up close, and they're as good as it gets being number 2 in the country.
Absolutely. So while our baseball team is set for the postseason, our softball team is also gearing up for a run at the championship glory. The bats are bashing and the arms are firing bullets. This squad is ready for the final stretch. Come on back and see where they finish in the final RMAC standings.
The season never ends here at the MSBN, and sometimes we drag, so sometimes we need a kick in the butt.
Ralphie! Are you kidding me, Ralphie? You call that a highlight tape? That's pathetic. Who taught you how to wrap a cord? Babish? That's a joke. You call this a tape job? Rowdy! Are you serious? Do you call that dancing? That's terrible.
The Roadrunner Review would like to thank its sponsors, Jason's Deli. Real food is fresh, higher quality, more flavorful, less processed, and naturally better tasting. Get real food at any Jason's Deli location. And the Boulder Broker Inn, a proud partner and preferred hotel for Metro State Athletics.
Thanks for coming back. The softball team, led by second-year coach Annie Van Wetzinger, is rolling through their conference schedule, and they're looking to grab the RMAC regular season title.
That would allow the Roadrunners to host the postseason tournament at their brand new field, but they had the entire month of April to play before they could call themselves champions.
After taking 3 of 4 from Fort Lewis and Durango, the Red and Blue came back to their friendly confines of the Regency Athletic Complex. It was Teal Day as the squad honored ovarian cancer awareness and, of course, former pitcher Aubrey Mall, who threw out the first pitch. On to the game, and Cassie Smith toes the rubber. She strikes out 2 mountain lions in the game, but she was also flashing the leather and fires it to first just in time for the out. Then a comebacker she snags, goes home for 1 out, and then on to first for the double play. Smith goes full 7 innings for the shutout. Kaylin Harmon provided the offense, smacking a 2-run shot in the 4th. Roadrunners take the 4-0 win.
We had a really good first game, then I thought we'd just carry that over to our second game. We were really proud of our defense. We really did really well on our defense, and our hits just finally came. Well, I knew that the first 2 strikes were not really what I wanted, so I knew that this one had to be it, and so I just swung and it was gone.
Now, talk about Teal Day a little bit. How much does it mean to you guys?
It means a lot because Aubrey's really close to us. She was our pitcher last year, and she came back stronger than ever, and so I was really proud of her, and it just represents a lot for us.
Into the second game of the doubleheader, and senior Chelsea Brew got things brewing. She pulls the pitch down the left field line, scoring Carissa Terry for the 2-0 lead. Carissa Raddick goes opposite field for the RBI single for the Mound Lions, and they even things up at 2. Fourth inning, and Susie Owery dribbles the ball over to shortstop. But come on now, Owery is lightning on turf. She beats the throw and Kalissa Bakovic into the score. Into the final inning, and the Toy Canyon Serena Espinoza at the plate with 2 on, and Gonzo, the freshman, goes yard for the 3-run shot and the walk-off win to help lead her squad to the 12-3 run roll win.
I thought we came out with a lot of energy. We were just having a great time out here. As the Teal Day is a great opportunity to come out and show we have a lot of fans, and it was a great time. So, it was kind of down the middle. It was high, so for me, I'm a little shorter, so those are the pitches I can drive and get out of the park. So.
Oh, it was awesome. I think we came together as a team really well. Different people did different things, strung it all together.
Now talk about Teal Day a little bit. How much does it mean to you guys?
Oh, it definitely means a lot. Aubrey's one of my closest friends, went through the whole thing with her, so definitely hits a soft spot in your heart.
The Roadrunners took a break from conference play and took on Division I Northern Colorado at home. It's already 2-0 Bears when Erica Dick crushes the pitch off the scoreboard for the early 4-0 lead. The home team would bounce back in the fourth. Lonnie Redmond sends it to deep right center. That easily scores Bakovic, and Redmond ends up on third with the RBI triple. Harmon muscles this pitch over the right center field wall for the solo blast, and we're all tied up at 4 apiece. Time for the 6th inning, and the Roadrunners explode for 4 runs on 5 hits to take the 9-6 victory over UNC.
Yeah, definitely. It feels good to take one from a D1 team. Wish we would have gotten 2, but they were good games. So.
What did you guys do right in that first game that allowed you guys to do this?
Our sticks were just hot. We just hit the ball really well. Didn't really let other things affect us, like bad plays. Like we had a pretty bad first inning, but came back pretty strong from that.
Metro State would finish off the season with 4 straight wins to capture the RMAC regular season championship. The Red and Blue finished with a 28-6 conference mark and will host the RMAC tournament at the beginning of May.
Great job by the ladies, and after posting a 15-3 mark at the Regency Athletic Complex, this team's going to be tough to beat.
Remember to check out GoMetroState.com to keep you up to date with the Roadrunners in throughout the tournament. Don't dare budge from that couch. The National Player of the Year, Mitch McCarron, joins us here at the Roadrunner Review. You don't want to miss that.
Getting down to crunch time here on the Roadrunner Review, and we still have plenty to get through. Basketball, baseball, softball, everything's coming up.
Softball in the RMAC championship. Aubrey Mall had a great performance.
We got to get someone else in here. He's got to have ice in his veins to get through this highlight. BJ, you're in.
Let's go. Yeah, softball's had an amazing year so far. They have Aubrey Mall as the starting pitcher. They have Clutch. They got a lot of great hitters. So I think they're going to make a great run this year.
Are you a college student that needs a place to live? Are you still living with your parents and want your own space? The Regency Student Housing is perfect for you. The community offers many amenities such as a fitness center, 2 basketball courts, big screen amphitheater, all-you-can-eat dining hall, bowling alley, arcade, free parking, and a shuttle to and from the Auraria campus. For more information, please call 303-477-1950 or visit our website at regencystudenthousing.com.
Some students come to Metropolitan State University of Denver to find their future. Others look to sharpen their current skills. In the case of David Thibodeau, it was both. Our faculty helped fuel his entrepreneurial spirit while encouraging him to pursue his personal passions. These 2 talents came together in Ska Brewing Company, which he co-founded in 1998 in Durango and is considered one of the top up-and-coming Colorado companies.
Welcome back. Now joining us on the show is the National Player of the Year in Division II and All American Mitch McCarron. Mitch, thanks for joining us on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Now, let's talk a little bit about your time here at Metro State. What has it meant to you?
Oh, so much. I've talked to so many different people about it and starting to reminisce a little bit already, but it's been 4 amazing years, and I've had no regrets. I'm so glad I did it.
Yeah.
Now you're All-American, All-Conference, National 2 Player of the Year. Did you ever think you'd reach these heights growing up playing basketball in the backyard?
No. There's I'm sure you set goals. Everyone sets goals and everyone dreams about, having that much success as a team or individually getting those accolades. And, you know, it's an honor to get those.
Now let's talk about your journey here to Denver. You grew up in Australia. Denver's not like across the street, it's across the country. What made you decide to come here to downtown Denver?
Well, to be honest, it was more Coach Clark than anything. You know, I had a few schools I was kind of looking at, and Coach Clark was just the most upfront guy. You know, he just said, "This is what I've got for you. This is what we do here, and this is how you're going to get better as a player." And talked to a few different guys, players and coaches, and he just had the best offer for me.
Now, is that the dream to come here to play in the U.S.?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Everyone has to consider themselves, so lucky if they come over here and, especially on scholarship, get your school paid for, get a degree, and get to play, NCAA sports.
Now, a lot of schools did want you, but you came to Metro. Was Coach Clark really the main reason why you came here?
Well, it was just some of the guys that came through here. Coach Clark was really upfront and honest about it, and he said, go look up our history and see who's come through here and then gone on to have success. And, guys like Mark Worthington and back then Luke Kendall, David Barlow, guys that played here, meant something to the program and have gone on to do stuff. It's just awesome.
Now, Coach Clark told you about your time, what it was going to be like here in Metro. Was it as hard as you thought it would be?
Yeah, it was tough. I didn't really know what to expect when I got here. Obviously it's all talk until you actually go through it. But yeah, that first preseason was terrible. But it was all worth it.
Now, for your first year, you had to sit on the bench for transfer rules. You got to practice with the team. But what was that first year really like for you?
It was really tough. I didn't get the news that I had to sit out until I was actually about a week out of preseason, official practice. So, I had the mentality that I was cleared and I was going to be able to play. So that was a huge disappointment getting that news, and we tried to appeal it. But, I just learned from it, and I still got to practice. I still got to lift with the team, so I still, had a great year. It wasn't like it was a downer, but I would have loved to play.
Yeah. But then when you did finally get a chance to step on the court in year two, what was it like trying to catch up to the Division II speed?
I think that's what really the big benefit was of sitting out. I came in fresh, and obviously I lost that year, but just being able to practice and the intensity that we practice at, I got used to it, and I got used to our system, I got used to our style of play, and it was a much easier transition for me when I did first start playing.
So what were your thoughts at the end of your first season playing here?
I thought it was obviously a huge disappointment, that final national championship game. But I had so much fun, and it was hard. And looking back now, especially, it's hard to have a negative view of it. Just because of the success we had and the fun we had as a team. The thing that we have here at Metro is that strong chemistry, and you just love playing, for your teammates. So, I had so much fun.
We got to take a break here on the Roadrunner Review, but we're just getting started with Mitch McCarron.
Celebration is on for Mike Dunlap.
The Skyhawks celebrate a second national title in program history.
And the winner of the 2006 Harlan Hill Trophy as Division II College Football Player of the Year is Danny Woodhead from Chadron State. ASU! ASU! ASU!
What do we got?
So glad you could rejoin us here on the Roadrunner Review. We're still here with former Metro State guard Mitch McCarron. In the last segment, we were talking about reaching the national championship game. But in order to do that, they had to take down the #1 team in the nation, West Liberty. The highest scoring team in the nation, but they held them to just 30 points below their season average. Mitch, talk about that game just a little bit.
Oh, that was an incredible game. We were kind of annoyed going into it. Because there was a lot of media around it, and it was the year of the anniversary. So, there was a lot of, like I said, promotion about where it would go to. The teams would be going to Atlanta. So there was a lot of feel to it. And we just got a vibe from, the newspaper reporters and all media personnel that we were the underdogs. And we didn't really like that. We just felt that both were great teams, and it was going to be a great game. So, going into it, we knew they were really good. We knew that they played up tempo, they scored a lot of points, but we were all just ready to play, and that's probably the one game that I look back on and just watching, when you watch film of us celebrating after the game, it just meant so much to it, that we got it done together.
Then after that game, it was on to the national championship game against Drury, Phillips Arena. You guys got a police escort. What was the atmosphere like in that game?
It was so cool. It was so cool. It was just a really unique experience. In such a large arena. Obviously, the D1 teams are there, so the buzz was in the city about everyone's so excited to be there. So. It was just a lot of fun to play in the game.
Now that was a tough 1-point loss. You guys are you still losing sleep over that?
I don't lose sleep over it. When you look back, you feel, there's still that little bit inside that it's kind of like, oh man, I wish we got that. And it was certainly one of the darkest feelings I felt in a long time. When we were sitting in the locker room looking around and seeing the teammates, everyone's just so upset. But like I said earlier, when you look back on the whole experience and the whole season, it's really hard to see it, negatively.
Yeah. What did Coach Clark tell you guys after that game?
Keep your heads up. He actually, Coach Mike Dunlap was around. And so he came into the locker room, poked his head in, and they both had the same kind of message. You need to be proud of what you did, not just for the team, but for the school, and you guys really represented yourselves in Metro State, highly. So it's hard to hear at the time because all you can think about is the loss. But looking back, it's really, we know we did a good job.
Yeah. Well, then after that, you guys still made headlines. Then going into your junior season, you guys played in the preseason NIT. You guys beat 3 Division I teams. What was the message going into that? Was it just to kind of prove to Division I that Metro State is here to play the big boys?
Well, we were excited to obviously be invited. And, we just kind of went in there, the same thing. We went in there with a bit of a chip on our shoulder saying, look, people aren't going to think that we're going to compete and we need to prove them wrong. So I think that's when Metro is at its best, especially our basketball team, when we have a chip on our shoulder and everyone comes ready to play. We know we can compete with a lot of teams. So I think we were just so excited, and that year especially, we had great chemistry, and everyone just loved playing with each other, so it just rolled.
Now that was just the start of things for that last season. I mean, you guys went undefeated in conference play. What does that mean to you?
Yeah, it was special. It was really special. And like I said before, we were at our best when we had a chip on our shoulder, and that year it was, I don't know what it was, every single night our team, the boys were just ready to play, and everyone said we're not losing a night, we're not. And I think that's pretty rare. I haven't played on too many teams that every single night they're just ready to go. And even though we dropped a couple games, during conference especially, we were so focused, and it was a lot of fun.
In your final season, of course, BJ was gone, so you had to lead this team. What was it like stepping up in the point guard role?
It was a lot of fun, to be honest with you. At first, I was a little bit anxious. I didn't really know. To be honest, if I could do it. BJ's such a great player. He was our leader, he was our go-to guy, and if we needed a big shot, BJ made it, most of the time. So, I was just kind of nervous about that, whether I'd be ready. But, I had a really big summer. Nick and I played back in Australia together, and we both worked out a lot, every day. And we came in confident and ready, and just ready to be seniors, I guess.
Final break here on the Roadrunner Review, but you don't want to go anywhere. Mitch will be back for one more segment, and we'll also have the top plays of the month from McCarron's career here at Metro State. You don't want to miss that. We're coming right back on the Roadrunner Review.
We have so much to celebrate in Division II, but we're especially proud of our commitment to Make-A-Wish.
Division II student athletes have led a 10-year initiative to raise funds and help grant wishes of children with life-threatening medical conditions.
Nearly $3 million have been raised, and hundreds of children's wishes have been granted.
We play hard, we work hard, and we support others in need. Why? It's simple.
Because we care.
Coming down to crunch time here on the Roadrunner Review, but we're still here with Mitch McCarron. In your time here at Mitch, you won numerous amount of titles, everything. Is that what this program's about, breeding success, Metro State?
I think that, like I said, we put the pressure on ourselves to be successful, and yeah, there is a bar and there's a standard that we try and achieve, but it's about enjoying basketball, and growing up a lot. I've grown up a ton since I've gotten here, as a person, as a basketball player. So yeah, I think it's just about growing in every aspect.
And while you've had so much success on the court, also off the court, you've been the RMAC Summit Award winner, all academic. Do Do you put as much work? It seems like you do. You put as much work in your studies as you do on the hardwood.
Yeah, it's just the competitive thing. I have to credit Nicholas Kay a little bit for that. Freshman year we took a lot of classes together and we kind of used each other to motivate, compete for the grades and stuff like that, and that just continued on. So, I just try to do the best I can.
Now, your time here at Metro State is obviously done. Has it sunk in really yet?
Not truly. I haven't left yet, so I'm sure I'll reminisce more. I am missing the basketball part already. Just the daily aspect of it, but it won't be for a few months probably until I fully understand it.
What's next for Mitch McCarron?
I want to play basketball professionally, so just hopefully as long as I'm playing, I won't be complaining, so I'll just chase that.
All right, now before we let you go, Mitch, we got the top plays of your career here at Metro State. You want to take a look with us?
I'd love to.
Here are the best plays from the career of Mitch McCarron, and they're brought to you by the Regency. Play number 5 comes from Mitch's favorite time of year, and that's NCAA tournament time. In 2013, McCarron flying through the lane, goes up, then under, gets the bucket and the foul, and McCarron's loving it. McCarron scored 16 points, had 9 rebounds, and 4 assists versus Tarleton State.
We all remember back in the same season when Trevor Wages destroyed our backboard that Friday night, but you remember the first play that took place when we restarted on Sunday?
Well,
we do. Eric Lansing has the call.
In their home white uniforms with the blue trim, Colorado Mines. Backdoor flush. Mitch McCarron throwing it down 23-16.
The Roadrunners would cruise past Colorado Mines by a final of 74-58.
McCarron had a field day against Colorado Christian this year at home during the regular season. The Aussie connected on 11 of 19 shots for a career-high 36 points to lead his squad to the 18-point win. Mitch made 12 of 15 free throws and even dropped in 2 3-pointers.
McCarron and the Roadrunners. McCarron drives in, goes up, and gets it good! And the foul!
We're just getting started here with the Cougars, and they were a victim of McCarron on a couple more occasions.
We head to the first round of the RMAC tournament in play number 2. Things start off pretty bad, at least offensively for Mitch, who had 3 points on 1 of 6 shooting in the first half. He did dish out 7 assists. Second half, and the senior goes nuts, scoring 8 points, handing 6 assists, and grabbing 7 boards on his way to the program's first triple-double in more than 20 years. McCarron finished with 11 points, 11 rebounds, and 13 assists. What a night for number 10.
And that wasn't even the best play of the night. In the same game, Eric Rayer comes up with the steal. He finds McCarron, and the All American posterizes Tyler Shields for the spectacular jam. McCarron is fouled, and boy, is he fired up. What in the world was Shields thinking? This play also earned a spot on the Big Boy channel of ESPN. We've seen a lot of great dunks by McCarron in his career, but this one by far the most forceful we've ever seen. Those were the top plays in the career of Mitch McCarron, and as always, they're brought to you by the Regency. Well, big thanks to you for showing up today and being here in the studio with us today.
Thank you very much.
And remember, you can check out all your Metro State news and check out highlights of Mitch at GoMetroState.com. But that's going to do it for this episode. For Mitch McCarron, Myles Potter, Lennox Williams, Eric Lansing, Sean Tafoya, I'm Davy Burke, and we'll see you next month.